Xbox is in the news again. For some good stuff. I'm not gonna lie, for some good stuff. I wouldn't. New, but 50-50. It's 50-50.
It's new, but not so new. I get what you're coming from.
Yeah. But if you guys were out of the loop, last episode I talked about how Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond were, given their pirate, the ship goes down, goodbye to Xbox. So they are not part of Xbox anymore. We have a new head. I believe her name is Asha. I believe so, if I'm not mistaken, who came from Microsoft's Copilot background. So, yikes. Yikes. But as of right now, GDC is either going on or about to happen. I'm not too sure. I don't follow GDC that much. But there was a video sent out last week. Or was it? No, I think it was over the weekend or the start of this week. Project Helix was released, like a little teaser trailer from Xbox to talk about their next gen Xbox console. And this was what I said that would happen in the last episode, that they were going to release the last or next, we don't know what it's going to be, but the next Xbox console. And we have heard nothing about it except for the project name. And be aware that Xbox doesn't usually necessarily keep those code names. They usually change it. So we don't actually know what the official name is, but let's dive into this this whole thing. There is a picture that was, I don't know if it was leaked or if it was just put out there, for what Project Helix features and targets are for the console itself. So I'm just gonna read them, and then we're gonna discuss about it. And I have an idea of where they're headed, but it creates a bigger conversation for just gaming in general. So it says plays your Xbox console and PC games powered by custom AMD SoC, co-designed for next generation of DirectX, next gen ray tracing performance and capabilities. We will talk about that later. GPU directed work graph execution. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what that means. AMD FSR Next Plus Project Helix, built for the next generation of neural rendering, next generation ML upscaling, new ML multi-frame generation, next gen ray regeneration for RT and path tracing, which path tracing has been a new thing within this current time frame of gaming. Deep texture compression, neural texture compression, direct storage, ZSTD. That sounds like, not a nice thing. Those last three words, letters. So, reading. Okay, I'm gonna read from what was a statement from one of the VPs of Microsoft. He says the entire design of the console is to usher in the next generation of console gaming by advancing the state of art and really breaking out a lot of these barriers down. Project Helix is designed to play your Xbox console and PC games, delivering high performance and providing the ultimate player first experience. We're partnering closely with AMD to define the next generation of rendering and simulation. Project Helix is powered by a custom AMD based SoC and is co-designed for the next generation of DirectX. Project Helix brings intelligence directly into the graphics and compute pipeline, delivering step change functions and gains in efficiency, scale, and visual ambitions. He also said this statement that I was kind of concerned about. It's this statement. And the key part of that is how we're integrating the next generation of AMD FSR into Project Helix into the Xbox Game Development Kit. And this is really designed for the next generation of neural rendering techniques, whether that's the neural materials, whether that's the generated images, or even if you think about things like the latest ML-based upscaling techniques or super resolution techniques. You think about brand new ML-based multi-frame generation, and there's new capabilities such as a brand new regeneration technique that's really designed to deliver high performance ray tracing for both real-time ray tracing and path tracing. I say that to say, and Megan, you let me know if you feel the same sentiment. I'm over the ray tracing and the reflections and the crazy wishy waters, and I'm kind of tired of it. I need games that have an art style. Again, we need games that have things that will test the time. Because if you look back at Arkham Knight, that game came out in what? When did Arkham Knight come out? That came out in 2015. 2015. And that game still looks amazing. Why? Art direction. It wasn't trying to be like, well, look at how Batman is reflected on the screen, on a mirror, or look how the puddles reflect Batman's cowl, and it's just like, no, it was like really good art direction, and it still stands to this era. So how do you feel about that, as far as like them still pushing ray tracing as if it's like this thing that we really want?
I definitely agree on your take on it. Like, nobody cares about seeing the character reflect off the puddle. Like you were saying with the art direction, that's 10 times better and makes the game feel more meaningful. I just feel like just like patching over little details that don't matter in the game.
It's just, I'm at a point where if we don't get creativity, if we don't get art as a form in gaming again, it's gonna get really, really bleak. And I think the only ones that are still upholding that aspect is really Nintendo. I mean, well, kinda. I'll get into that in my video when I upload it, but they were really the ones that were still pushing creativity, still pushing the game first, more than the fancy bells and whistles and what they think that we want out of gaming. And to be fair, this is nothing just to prove to their shareholders, because if you really look at GDC, it's nothing to please the shareholders of Microsoft and Xbox. So this is just like all the stuff that they want to hear. We'll later get our things like that we want to hear later on as we get closer to 2027. But I am really concerned because Asha had put a tweet out, or I think she was responding to someone saying like, hey, like we need the only on Xbox like tagging it. I gotta find that tweet. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen. Yeah, we want the only on Xbox tag to be back, and we need the exclusives, because if you guys don't know, Xbox has given their exclusives to PlayStation and Switch. So there's really no Xbox exclusives now. So I there was a response. She was like, we hear you, and yet there's still being Xbox games coming to different platforms. Not only that, she said, they have a games first priority. And so far I haven't seen that. I haven't seen anything talking about, and then again, like I said, disclaimer, this is for the shareholders. This is for them. This is not for us, the consumers, the gamers. So this PowerPoint, the slide that they show right here, is not necessarily reflective of what games we could get or how they're going forward with games further on. But I'm just a little concerned about it, you know? I am still concerned about how they're gonna do AI. Asha Sharma, that's her name. Asha Sharma, the new CEO. She had made a statement that AI doesn't belong in, Xbox. And at first I was really happy about that because I'm like, okay, like, her coming from an AI based department, I would think that she would want to push AI. But no, she's actually against it. But then again, this is Microsoft. This is Xbox. Microsoft is like Big Daddy. If Microsoft tells you to get on your knees and put that AI in there, you better put that AI in there. So I'm just, quite concerned. I'm kind of scared about how they're going to go about this, and hopefully it won't be too aggressive, or it will probably be subtle. What are your closing thoughts?
I really hope they don't put AI in it. It's already bad enough, like PlayStation, they're talking about when players, they get stuck on a game, they're going to put like an AI assistance to help players with the game, but it's like, that defeats the purpose. Like, if I was really stuck on the game, you want to know what I'm going to do? I'll pull up a YouTube tutorial. I'm not going to use AI for it. And then games and like companies nowadays, they're becoming so like uncreative to where they're making a whole game from AI and then you're charging $70 for it. I'm scared we're going to get to that side of gaming eventually.
Yeah, I remember that article that came out a long time ago about Sony saying like they would do AI to like help you push further. We talked about this on, I believe it was a first or second episode. I'm not too sure. I'm sorry. No, it was the second episode because that was your first episode. We talked about this and we said that, that can be problematic because it could lean further to people being lazy and not really experiencing the games for themselves. And I made a statement about saying that they should take the trophies away from people that are getting help from the AI, or basically completing the game for them. So yeah. I do want to reiterate that AI can be useful for game development. I don't think that AI is good for consumerism, if that makes sense.
It does. Like we use AI every day, but it's like different types of AI. Like the generative AI, which everybody's trying to like push down our throats and stuff like that. I feel like that AI just sucks. Yes. But like the other AI that we've been had all these years, that type of AI is fine.
Yeah. And I do think that even generative AI can be a tool for game development in a sense. I want to say clearly, in a sense. I'm not saying that it should completely take over and replace artists, coders, and things like that, but it can help these artists and coders get ideas to further project, to further push themselves in the development process, and even in the actual AI, like you said, the AI we've been using for gaming for years, it can even help that go further. So I'm just hoping that this next generation console from Xbox is not something that is going to be a repeat of both Xbox One and Xbox Series X. I really do hope that they do come back. I want them to come back. I love the 360 days. 360 was my preferable console. I didn't play the PS3 till like maybe late into it, like right before the PS4 and Xbox One came out. So that means I experienced like Uncharted and Last of Us late, and God of War and all those stuff. I experienced that a little bit later, but Xbox was my preferable console. That was my go-to. But besides my Wii U at that time. But yeah, I do want Xbox to get, I want them to get back on top. I want them to be a part of the big dogs. Hopefully, let's fingers crossed. So Microsoft, we wish the best. We wish the best for you guys. Okay, moving along.